What's up, everyone? This is a workflow for this project that I'm working on for my buddy. He approached me and we were talking about car stuff, and he was talking about how he wanted his amps in his trunk, once he gets them there, is to be able to appear as if they're floating with RGB lights under them, what really gives it an awesome look. So I was like, all right, cool, man. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna create something for you, and let me take a crack at it. So this is the amp, one of 3 amps that he's gonna be using, but this is the smallest one that we thought we would use. I just unboxed a RevoPoint Metro Pro Y, and this is me scanning the amp because I need to get the precise measurements for what I'm gonna be creating for him. And so right now I'm just working on getting a model going that I can import into Fusion 360 that I can then actually make an actual model of and then physically make it for his car. So this is me using the software, and now I'm going to import it into Fusion. So this is what it looks like when you import a scan into Fusion. The important piece for me is going to be the bottom, which is what you're looking at right now, is the bottom of the amp. I didn't need the whole amp, but those 4 positions right there is crucial in terms of being very precise with the screws to mount it. We're going to be using M4 screws. So this is the actual thing that I modeled up for him to mount it. So as you can see, this is me trying to make sure that the holes are accurate, and I'm trying to get the holes in the center of those circles right there. And also what I need to figure out right now at this point is how am I gonna, how would he mount it? So I was like, all right, I'll just put a plate on top of the X with 4 screws, M4 screws with that as well. So this is what you're gonna see here in a second. Boom, so that's what we came up with as a design. And so again, all this is in theory in terms of how it's gonna work. So but so far so good. So far so good. We're rocking and rolling. I needed to put some fillets in there to make it stronger. A buddy of mine just told me, hey, fillets is cheap reinforcement, and you get to save on filament as well, which was really good advice for me. But this is what it's looking like as I'm modeling, or as it's modeled. And so right now I'm just making sure all the levels are on point, because everything has to be precise or it's going to throw off stuff down the workflow. So I think I got it pretty good. And again, I'm trying to figure out, all right, is it level? What are the possible consequences, etc. So I'm just really trying to think through everything. And this is me actually taking a video and showing him and trying to describe it to him as much as possible, which he was feeling it, which is great. So now we're going to import it over to the slicer. So now it's what's called a slicer, which is essentially the next step before you actually physically make it. So trying to do all these little things to make sure it's on point. And now we're going to get it ready to throw this bad boy into this big mama of a printer that I just got, which is the H2S Bambu Lab. Those are the 2 little guys that I have. So but yeah, we're gonna get it cracking, and this is it. This is it, rocking and rolling. So it's actually going from concept, concept to figure out how you're gonna make it precise to what you need, and now it's actually being physically made. So far so good. Feeling confident about it at this point. And this is it being made, and the filament color is what it is, because again, it's a prototype. So it's sort of like a throwaway filament before I move into ASA or ABS, which is the weatherproof stuff. All right, cool. So right here, don't mind the gold wrist bracelets and the pinky ring. We're gonna go take awkward family photos, which came out really well, but that's a different video. But anyways, right here I'm trying to make sure that the circles are precise. Now I'm weighing it. It's 1.3 ounces, which is super light. And also I want to see how sturdy it is. Like it wasn't budging right here. Like it wasn't budging at all. And I was putting what, 17, 18 pounds of force on it, on the ends. So it's pretty sturdy, pretty sturdy. Next, we're going to move into the screw inserts, which are going to be lined up to the holes of the amp and inserted into the PLA. And again, I'm just mocking all this stuff up and basically doing a test run of it, so to make sure that I get it on point. So here I am inserting it inside. Easy money, easy money. All right. Now I did the inserts and now I'm just dry fit. Well, I guess I'm fitting the screws into where they would be mounted at. But at this point, the bracket would be mounted somewhere in the trunk already, or wherever he's gonna mount it with the lights and everything. And then this would be the last piece, is putting the amp on it. So it sort of gives the appearance of floating, which you'll witness here in a minute. So keep in mind, like the lights or the glow sticks that I was using, it's gonna be way more lights come in from up under this thing, but also mounting it like this is serving a point of like effective airflow as well. So those are just neon lights under it.